Oh, do a thing.
Yeah, it's so long ago. Who even knows?
I sure don't.
Yeah.
We met. At some point, we met. I know that much.
Yeah, basically last session was just a meeting session. But no, we left off on a scene between an NPC named Chuskin and Ganil.
If I remember correctly, we did not trust Ganil at all, and that we were going to ditch.
No, Ganil you guys did trust. That was the player character. It was Chuskin that you guys didn't trust.
And that we told them that we were going to investigate something, and we were just going to bail.
Yeah.
That's what we decided.
What'd I miss?
Oh, we are literally just getting started. I just started the broadcaster, and you're back. And cool, it's going, so we are going live. Well, we are live, so we're just about to...
You live!
Howdy. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the second episode of Group F, About Time. That's your guys' new session name. No, I'm kidding.
About Time.
Speaking
of which, actually, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
About Time, you know? No, I'm kidding. Group F, Sand and Shadows, episode 2. Yeah, this is D&D. That's what we're playing tonight. It is a role-playing game. We're gonna be... It's a something game. Occasionally we play roles. Other times people just, it's a murder hobo simulator. There we go.
Murder hobo simulator. That's the way to describe it.
Yeah. Anyways, the campaign setting we are in is the world of Ilderon. If you watch the channel, there are 4 other groups moving through this world, all in an interconnected story. This group isn't connected to that main story that's going through the world of Ilderon, but it's but they are in the same world, the same timeline, so you'll see effects of the other group stories kind of rippling out into this group. And Ilderon...
Are we the prequel or are we the epilogue?
You're on the same timeline. So where the last set of campaigns left off was on the 34th of a month called Priestess. That was last month in the game world. So this group picks up on the 3rd of Hunter, the very next month. All the other campaigns right now are on the 8th of Hunter, the 9th of Hunter, and the 12th of Hunter. The reason why I start this group before the other ones is because since we play weekly, and I say weekly with quotation marks, you guys move through days a little bit quite faster. Anyways, so the world of Ilderon. It's a beautiful place where it's just one huge material plane where gods, mortals, and everybody have to occupy this same small space. And there's lots of elements of how belief affects culture. And then we're diving into it. So this group is in a section of the world known as the Darkened Vale. It is where an entire race of undead people live. And if these people leave this area of the Darkened Vale, they have to consume other people's souls in order to keep living. Otherwise, they decay and rot away. The Darkened Vale is completely desecrated, and because there's no sun and the land has basically been killed, the people can sustain themselves on the land in this region without feeling that hunger or that need to kill. So this has kind of become a haven for Terai across the world. And Terai is the name of the undead people. One of the things with Terai is they are, once they get to the Darkened Vale, they're not affected by age anymore. And they just they're in this far corner of the world. And they start looking for other things to entertain them. Because if they die, they just stop existing. They have no afterlife because they have no soul. And then, they are going to be on Ilderon forever. So one thing that's really popular with Terai is trading and exchanging goods and bartering. And so what happens is lots of people from all over the world come to these outposts to trade with the Darkened Vale, even though they're not the nation itself isn't well liked. There is a amount of riches the nation has in lore and history, and items and relics and artifacts that they trade out regularly for other knickknacks and charms and stuff to entertain them. So that said, most of our party is living people with souls in this border town of the Darkened Vale called Fort Dalewatch. And when we last started this session off, the Relistrate, who is the essentially the mayor of the town, gave a speech announcing that there is a cult forming around a figure named Olivia the Lost. She is one of the original Terrai, and she has recently returned to the world of Ilderon. Many people thought two gods had killed her and destroyed her, but it was revealed last month in game time that she's actually alive and lurking in the shadows of the world. Nobody knows why she's back or what she's doing, but there have been rallies to kill. There have been calls rallying people to campaign against her, but those haven't came to fruition yet. But amongst the Terrai community, there are those voices of dissent of people saying, hey, we should join her. She has the power to destroy a lot of our enemies. And so the Relistrate has put out a call saying anybody who, silences these voices of succession and gets rid of these cultists or has information on them, he will reward them. Not only with currency, but with favor with the Empress's court, the Empress of the Darkened Vale. So that's where the party comes in. They met all as the speech was being given, and individually had their own personal reasons for picking up this hunt against this cult. The party consists of a Terrai construct named Mud. He is one of the Agrim Guard. A traveling fan of the Empress of the Darkened Vale named Zevin, who wishes to curry favor with her. A individual only known as Hunter that roams the desert seeking prey to slay. Madara, who God, we have so much backstory for Madara of why she's here. I have like 10 notes on your character sheet. I'll let that get revealed naturally, because you haven't revealed it yet.
Basically, she's just a giant woman with a lot of weapons.
Yeah. There's Madara, and then there is Genil, who is a cleric from Heimsdale, who could no longer stand the bigotry of her nation and left, seeking to do her goddess's will across the world. And then you guys will be picking up a new member tonight whenever it's appropriate to add them in. And that is Melissa there. All right, so as far as events that happened last session, the speech was given. Zevin began rallying people to his side to come forward with information about this cult. And one person had a contact that they went to fetch for Zevin. While he was fetching that contact, Mud began rallying, stringing together the most competent-looking people of the crowd into some manageable band to go after this cult. After he did so, the group party was together, and Zevin's contact came back and had a woman with him by the name of Chuskin. Chuskin was, he told the party that he met her in Darkin Port, which is the port to the north of the desert, northeast of the Darkened Vale, actually. And that she helped him get a job, and she worked for the one of the two individuals that went missing. The Relistrates. So the Relistrate, the mayor of the town, his personal aide went missing, and along with his aide, another child by the name of Savannah went missing. Savannah is the daughter of the path captain, who guards a set of secret tunnels that go underneath the desert that the Darkened Veil uses for moving their troops around the desert. With that information, Chuskin agreed to lead the party to where she thinks the cultists are hiding out at, and inform them that they are only kidnapping living individuals, people with souls. They are specifically leaving Terai alone, and that most of the party was in danger because of that. She seemed pretty concerned for her safety and said that the party should escort her on the roads to the northeast, and that was probably where the cultists were hiding. It seemed that she was full of something, hiding something, or lying to you guys. But nonetheless, she was wearing robes that marked her as a member of the Chantry of the Unity, which serves the water goddess. And Ganil was a member of that religion, and opened her welcomingly. Ganil decided to room with her while everybody else, got their separate rooms in the inn. And as the party was turning in and going to bed on the 3rd of Hunter, Chuskin pushed Ganil out of the room, or pushed the party out of the room, and didn't know Ganil was staying with her. And Ganil walked in to see Chuskin reading from some magical tome. We're going to pick up there in the morning, and yeah, we're going to pick up there in the morning. So Ganil is not here. I am controlling her. So you guys are not going to see how that scene plays out. But she'll inform you of it in the morning. I'm just going to roll her a percentage die for how well she does. Not very. Alright. So it is the morning of the 4th of Hunter. And I don't like this music because we don't need battle music.
Are you sure?
I was like, oh no, I killed everyone. Time to go.
There we go. This is more appropriate. Okay, it is the morning of the 4th of Hunter. The party is in the... I forgot the name of this inn.
The colored animal thing.
Oh, it's the Laughing Jackie?
Yeah, the Laughing Jackie. Okay.
Something Jackie. I thought it was the Laughing Jackie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Laughing Jackie. Yes, so the party, it is the 4th of Hunter, and the party is in the Laughing Jackie Inn. You were... the quest you guys are currently on is to find and kill these cultists who are kidnapping people. They've kidnapped a little girl and a assistant to the magistrate. You have a contact that says they have information on them and needs to be escorted northeast. What do you guys want to do?
Before we move, we need to talk with the lady that had her daughter taken. I don't suppose, Seven, you could assist me. Most folks don't like talking with the Agram Guard.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a issue. Would you be fine with doing that in a bit? I'm having a bit of an issue on Discord. Sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
The party could connect with Ganil if they wanted to. Or they can just leave her. She's happy. She's always happy.
What we can...
I vote we ditch.
What we can do right now is we can get breakfast. I know you lot have to have food. Out of character, am I the only Terrai in this group?
From what you know, yes.
Excellent.
You know, friend, that raises a valid point for the future. If you leave here, will you need food?
I may. We might have to go rustle up some Himdall's minions to sustain. Or there's always a stray bandit or critter that could use a little desolifying.
Of course, yes.
Desolifying. Did you really just say... Out of character! Did you really just say that?
I didn't just say that.
Okay.
I mean, you just unlife them a little bit and they're fine.
You make them unliving. Or I guess, do you make... Since they're already undead, do we relive them? We bring them back and then we put them down again.
Out of character, are you really going to try and talk about morality with a robot that actually sucks life out of people?
God no.
Downloading soul.
Hell, like, my guy probably doesn't even care. It's just like, I'm just here to get paid.
Alright, sorry, I should be ready to do stuff now. Sorry about that.
Alright, yeah, so, the people who were bunked up together, I think most of the party had their own room. But you guys are all out in the hallway of the 4th floor of the tavern. In that small little cramped area of, you know, you guys got the worst rooms here, but there were enough for all of you. Ganil is going to walk out. Ooh, excuse me. She's going to walk out, followed by Chuskin, and Ganil looks a little bit uncomfortable, but she's got like this big smile on her face as she's like looking side to side to Chuskin and then to the party, and she's gonna say, so are we gonna go find those living rye?
Khalil, honey, we're actually trying to follow up some leads. I don't suppose you'd be a doll and stay with Chuskin as protection.
She's gonna look over at Chuskin and say, I think we should most likely protect her together. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I forget who's who. Who's like the NPC contact and who's the one who's been sketchy all last night?
So,
Chuskin is the sketchy one. She's the contact.
Chuskin's the sketchy one. Ganil is your party member. I don't have a character card for her. I didn't get time to work on the session. But I'll make one while we're while guys are role playing.
Right. I'm gonna go downstairs and just get breakfast. I'm not gonna say a word.
Just tell me when there's something to kill.
This is like, yeah.
All right. Chuskin follows behind the party with Ganil just doing the same thing of like, yeah, breakfast. All right, Zevin and Mud, do you guys want to join the party for breakfast or go off and find the path captain? And same question for Madara.
Mud is interested in actually ditching the shifty lady for a bit to follow up on leads.
Okay.
Because she doesn't trust her. But
Session 2, let's split the party.
Session 2, first thing. Split the party.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with this.
Nothing could possibly go wrong here.
Madara would probably follow Mud.
Okay.
Just grab some bread off the table on her way out and just eat it as she's walking.
Okay. Alright, so Mud and Zevin and Madara are going to go look for the path captain. Ginhill, Hunter, and Chuskin are going to go eat breakfast. Mud is going to have some information that the paths. I'll actually move us. I forgot to move us. God, so off my game tonight. Mud's actually going to have some information that within Fort Dalewatch, or within Dalewatch, there is Fort Dalewatch that kind of looms over this trading outpost. In the lower reaches of Fort Dalewatch is where you are going to find the path captain. Heading there and heading outside of Fort Dalewatch, you can tell this area that leads down to the paths is well guarded. There are 3 people up here in the sunlight, just guarding like this downwards tunnel that leads deeper into the fortress.
Would I be familiar with the area, Brandon?
Yeah, with these paths, for Mud being an Agram guard, he would occasionally be led through these paths by a path scout. The tunnels were not made by the Darkened Veil. They just kind of discovered these, and they're very confusing if you don't have a guide. But also, most of the time, an entire band of Avram Guard will move through these at once. Do you guys approach the people guarding this tunnel, or do you just walk through into it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop and talk to him, and I'm gonna be like, "Hi there, I'm actually looking for your now I forgot the name, Brandon. What's the
Path Captain?
Pack Captain. I'm actually looking for the pack captain. I have some questions for.
The person you're talking to, he's a zombie, rotted flesh and everything, and in full leather armor, and he's got his spear, and they're kind of standing out over an awning that or under an awning that extends over here, and he's gonna look up at you from his hunched attention and say, Valissa mourns today.
Where does she mourn?
He's going to turn towards the towards one of the upper reaches of Fort Dalewatch, and is going to say, she's in the Relistrate's quarters. Her daughter, born with the rare seed, has gone missing. The Empress has granted her reprieve.
Yeah, about that. We're actually looking to see if we can find our dear daughter. I don't suppose you could direct me to where that lady actually lives.
He's going to look to his other two guards here, and says, no one in except on the orders of a master rider. The two guards salute, and then he turns to Mud and says, Master Guard, follow me. Bowing, and he is going to lead you through Fort Dale Watch. I'm
gonna make sure that they're with me, by the way. On the orders of the magistrate.
And he nods and says, training new riders?
Something like that.
Yeah, his voice just pitching up as like a question. And he's gonna say, good. The ride against Olivia will need every willing Terai. And he's gonna just look at kind of like how vibrant Madara is and Zevin, and then say, and every willing soul. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's good to have the living souls around. Sometimes we can't expand our borders, if you know what I mean.
He nods, walking with his spear, and he's gonna say, the Empress Court has extended more of their control here in town. Do you know thieves move about?
I totally missed that, Brandon. What was that?
He said the Empress Court has extended their control in town. Do you know thieves move about? And he's got like this hissy, crusty accent of just like these words sound like this guy has not had a drink of water in maybe like 80 years.
Whenever he like blows on me, you're gonna see Mud like self-consciously rub the area. So like face, arms, legs, where.
And he's going to say, "Be on your guard, Master," or "Be on your guard, Master Guard." And he's going to say, "Have your wits about you, Master Guard. The crown grows bold. They send operatives here."
That it is, my friend. That it is. Shall we be on our way?
Yeah, and this conversation's happening while he's leading you. As he leads you deeper into this fortress, he's going to get outside of. He's going to get outside of the doorway that he pointed to, or at least the room he pointed to. And you guys have, like, you know, been walking for a little while up like 2 flights of stairs. And this just kind of overlooks the trading hub. And I forgot the market row you guys were on. I feel so bad for misplacing my Fort Dale Watch sheet, but I'm making a new one as we speak too. Anyways, it overlooks the market row that the Laughing Jackie is on. And Before he gets to this doorway, there's going to be a woman here, and Melissa, how about you give us a description of what Constance looks like?
Hi. Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I thought we already met Constance.
You have not met Constance.
Nope.
Who am I thinking of?
You met Ginhill. She is absent tonight. Lindsay is sick. I am controlling Ginhill.
Alright. So... you see a half-orc woman. She's actually pretty short for a half-orc. Maybe about 5'8", 5'9". She has greenish skin, yellow eyes, dark brown hair, and undercut type style. She has a long coat on, but underneath it she doesn't have any like a shirt on or anything. She does have pants that are tucked into her boots, and she has a long sword at her waist.
Alright, and so she's going to be kind of having a discussion with she's going to be having a discussion with one of Velissa's attendants, and this is going to be another person. This is going to be another person from the well, this person will actually be from the Agram Guard. And it's just kind of a poor fate that this guy has to guard this door, and he's gonna be like telling Constant of just like, I know, and just to kind of set this up, for what we discussed, you know, if Constance wanted information on the going-ons of like the secret parts of Fort Dale Watch, or the underbelly of society, like the Path Captain would have information on that. Like, you know, she's really kind of like the master of like a spy network. So the information on like who you're looking for and, you know, what's going on with this cult would be coming from this, from the captain. And this guard's going to be kind of like out here telling you of just like, look, lady, I know you're interested in the cult, but we don't really... The Relistrates put out an order for outsiders. If you want to help out, go through the Relistrates men. But the Path Captain, she can't be bothered today, especially not with something so mundane. Besides, if it's just a Terai that's missing, they're not kidnapping Terai. At least not from what we've known. Only 2 have gone missing. And from that, how would Constance be handling herself? Would she be like in a very like calm demeanor, like that warrior stance, or would she be like more brutal or angry?
Very angry.
Did Mud hear that last statement from that guard?
Yeah, and you guys are going to be walking up on this. All right, so and that's what I just wanted to ask. So, like, is this an argument, or is this like somebody being turned away at the door? And so he's just gonna like, and how would Constance respond to that? It's just like, look, lady, I told you, like, you know, you don't need to be here.
She's definitely gonna I don't want to say square up because that sounds kind of dumb, but yeah, square up essentially and say, look, no, I have business. I'm looking for someone. She's very important. I need to talk to her. Please.
Mud's gonna interrupt when he hears the last statement of the guard.
Okay.
And he's gonna be like, you best mind your tone when it comes to the people of the Darkened Veil all fall under the Empress, whether they have souls or not.
He's going to look over at Mud and say yes, and kind of do a. We don't really have a salute for the Agram Guard, but I'm gonna say it's taking like your hand in a claw and just kind of bringing it to your other shoulder, rather than, you know, like straight out. And he's gonna salute you as an Agrim guard does to another one.
Do I follow suit?
You can if you want to. He's showing you respect.
I'll if it's not like you only do it to the superior officer type thing, I'll do it back to him.
Okay. And seeing you, he's gonna nod and say,
I'm sorry, I need to drop out for a few minutes.
Okay.
No problem.
And he's gonna say, Velissa, or Path Captain, or Captain Velissa is counseling her replacement. She's going to New Alilland to inform the Empress of what happened. Savannah got the Empress's blessing when she was born. It's going to pain the Delafier's heart, but she would like to know when one of her children goes missing.
That's understood. What's going on here with her?
And she's or he's gonna look at her and say, some foreigner blew into town, going after this cult, trying to get in there with the Path Captain, but the job's been handed out to the Relistrate. Constance can interrupt at any time. He's like not even addressing she's there. Just like, what's going on? It's like, I don't know. It's just foreigner. She doesn't get like how things work.
I'm gonna wait. So it's Mud that's speaking to the guard.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Constance is gonna turn to Mud and just say, I need to speak with the captain. I'm looking for my missing friend. She's a Thierry. I'm really worried about her.
Mud's gonna address you and go, what friend is that?
Her name's Rose. She just went. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe? Her name's Rose.
And you think the cultists took her?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Seems like the best lead I have.
Well, we are looking for the cultists ourselves. Maybe our goals align, although I can tell you that if it isn't, I ain't gonna be much use to you.
That's alright. Any help is great, and I'd be happy to help you guys.
Mud's gonna turn to the guard and say, "We'd like to talk with the lady of the house. I know she's busy and she's in mourning, but we want to assist her in trying to find her darling girl."
And at that, he's just gonna kind of like lean over, looking by you, looking at the zombie escorting you and the group, and again do the salute and say, "The Empress's will be done." And he's gonna step aside.
I'm gonna turn to our guide and salute him as well and say, "Thank you, my zombie friend. I appreciate you leading us here."
That's racist.
Yeah,
I mean, he is a zombie.
That did come out racist. I didn't know what to call him because Brandon, you didn't give him a name. Or you did? I didn't.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't ask for his name.
All right. Well, I'll just stick with the racist zombie.
My
comment
zombie
then.
friend. I mean, he's got rotting flesh. He's not going to be like, come on. I'm self-conscious about that. It's not my fault my cheek's falling off.
My
No.
apologies.
Yeah, when you say that, he's going to say, "Yes, Master Guard." And same thing. He's going to salute you, not by the Agram Guard salute, but just kind of like stomping his staff head to the ground, and walk and turn and begin walking out. And you know what? I think he'll say the same thing of "the Empress's will be done," and walk out. Stepping into the room, Velissa. Velissa, this is going to be a character that is, she barely looks like a Terai. She might have that, like, pale skin, but, it's going to be very apparent to everybody, immediately the type of Terai she is. She's a vampire. She could, if, on a good day, she could just pass for human inside of society. She is in a set of traveler's clothes, and there are several maps. There are several maps across this office pinned to the walls. They each only have a singular line on them, and they are all on vellum. And only a very weird piece of graph paper, a large one thrown across a table that might be 6 feet in diameter. That has a graph drawn on it, and several of these vellum sheets kind of like pinned to this graph, forming a variety of like winding lines. There is a man in here, just kind of like tossing a dagger up as she's speaking and going around the table and pointing at things. And she's going to look up as the group comes in. And the man looks towards the party also. He also somewhat passing for human. Captain Velissa is going to say, I didn't expect to have an entourage greeting me before I left today.
Well, I was going to have Zevin talk, but since he's not here,
Madara is there. Constance is there. Mud's there, and Zevin's there.
Mud's gonna say, mighty obliged to you, Captain. I know you were very busy. But we are been tasked by the Empress to locate these cultists, and from what I hear, we may be of assistance to you as well. You have, there was an issue with your daughter being taken?
She's going to nod, and and this is more information that Mud has that other people don't have. He can choose to share this if he wants. The underneath Fort Dalewatch, the upper part of the fortress is only a small part of below the fortress. Below here, it winds kind of like if you were to think of like an underground hive. There is a huge subset of this fortress of what is the real Fort Dalewatch. And to get to that part, it's through the paths, and the path captain, she's going to nod and say, "Yes, my daughter was nabbed from the subsection of the fortress. So there are things that the Empress needs to be informed about.
Wait, so if I'm understanding this right, Brandon, in other words, in a highly guarded fortress, in the subset where it's the guarded portion,
Yes.
she was snatched.
Yes.
Bud's going to be very, very, very concerned by this.
And Captain Velissa's going to say there's more factions moving inside this fortress and this outpost than we're aware of. It's half of my trip to New Alilland is to inform the Empress of what happened to my daughter. The other half is to inform her of the situation. But, Master Guard, how can I help you?
We're exploring all the possibilities of what the cultist is, and I heard about your daughter, and I figured that we could match our information together, if you understand what I mean. This is very troubling, though. Very troubling. Where exactly was she taken, if I might ask?
She is going to exhale and say, outside the gates to the subsection of the fortress.
I see. I don't suppose you could lend me one of your guards to point it out exactly, could you?
She is going to nod and say, I can, but whoever it is that took them, they are trained in all the subtlety that we are. They can navigate those tunnels equally as well. And she's gonna say, I would say an easier method of trying to find them would be using bait. But she shakes her head and says, nobody is going to volunteer for that. And the Empress would never approve of letting us round up somebody to throw out in the desert like that.
I will do it.
I will be bait.
Bud's gonna look at her and say, come again?
There is nothing worse than being separated from the ones you love. If it means I can help this woman get her daughter back, I will do it. You need someone with a soul to be acting as bait. I think I fit that role very well.
She's going to just like stand here for a minute, just kind of like looking at you and say, really? You'd sacrifice yourself, the potential of losing your soul for someone you don't even know?
Madra will put her hand on the longsword at her side and look up at the captain and say, being separated from those you love is worse than losing your soul by any means. If I can bring back someone innocent, my life is but a tool.
You're gonna see the captain just kind of smile and look down at this map of like that smile of masking an emotion. You guys can all tell that she's hiding something, but as to what, you're not really sure. And she's gonna look up and say thank you.
She a liar.
Everyone's a liar.
We're all just liars and thieves. Some are just better at it than others.
Yes, no problem.
Connie will kind of raise her hand a bit and say, I'm not sure how much bait we would really need for this, but I would be willing to volunteer.
The man that is in there, the new path captain, is going to he's going to finally speak up and say, the whoever these cultists are, they're the targets they're going for. They're informed on them. What do you even have a value that would make them think to pick you as a target? Savannah was blessed by the Undying Empress herself. And the Relistrate's assistant knows the ins and outs of Fort Dalewatch. As much as I'd like to say that these are random disappearances, in my heart I know they're not.
Madra's gonna look to see if the door is closed to the room they're in.
It's open, but there's just, that guard kind of anxiously pacing back and forth out in the hallway here.
Okay. Madra's gonna look to everyone and say, as long as this doesn't get around too much, I can show you why I might make a decent target. And she will shapeshift to her bear form.
Okay, as a shifter?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so she only goes partial bear, right?
Yeah, I know, it's not, she doesn't turn druid style, but she does basically her half lycanthrope transformation.
Okay. As you do, they're going to, the man is going to say, impressive, but a curse is not the same as a blessing.
Yes, but a curse makes for a good weapon.
Mud's just gonna respond, holy shit.
We're not here, right? I'm still at the
Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
And she changes back to her normal form. And unlike normal lycanthropy, I have more control over mine.
He's gonna think on it for a moment and say, it would be nice, but I don't think they have any form of mind control or brainwashing. They recruit people who want to join. And then, as for why they've taken who they've taken, I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't think it's for any gestures to Madara and says that.
It's an option. And that is to not say they don't have ways to try to persuade people to their side by more devious means.
Now, Melissa, I'm gonna remind you, Constance has, information that, people who serve Olivia, that a lot of Terra, think that Olivia can give them a soul. In service is like the persuasion that the cult has been using. If you want to share that, you don't have to. But yeah, when you say that, Captain Valissa is going to say, "Oh, where are my manners? This is Relixil. He will be the new path captain for Fort Dalewatch until I return." The man, he has several scars over his cheek, and he is dressed in an overcloak with just kind of like orange and gold robes thrown over it. A very odd individual, and he just nods to the party. And he has got like scraggly dark black hair, like it looks like he's trekked over the desert for days to get here. And he's gonna say, "I come highly recommended from the court."
The honor is mine.
And does Madara have her halberd with her?
Have what?
Her halberd on her back?
You mean Halberd?
Oh, great sword. Okay. Yeah.
I was gonna give her a halberd, that's why I chose that picture, but I changed it to a greatsword.
You're playing with my heart. Because he's gonna have one leaning on the wall in here. Good little distance away from him. He's gonna comment on it if he did. But, yeah, and, he's, going to, look back at, the captain and say... Or no, and the captain, she was speaking, she's going to say, "Where were my manners? This is Captain Relixil. He'll be the new, path captain here. Relixil, it's up to you how you want to, handle this situation. But, I suggest if you want to, draw them out, a bigger score is, needed." Relixil is going to nod and say, "There's a lot I'd like to draw out in this town. I've heard a faction of bandits have planted themselves here." Valissa shakes her head and says, "That's neither here nor there. And that's not on my watch. I watch the paths, not Fort Dalewatch itself. That's on the Relish Strait." And he's gonna say, "Nonetheless, I think our paths can intertwine."
I can't speak for the others that we are with, but we do have some Solsarai among us that are joining into a small group of people under Mr. Mudd here.
And yeah, at the mention of Mudd, the the path captain is gonna chuckle and say, "That's an ill-suited name, not a speck of mud on him." At the fact that Mudd is extremely clean.
That's right.
Now I will allow everybody a well, no, Madara, Zevin, which I'll roll, and Mud a free intelligence check, and I'll say DC 13.
Oh boy. I'd always pick stupid characters for these campaigns with you, Brandon.
Well,
You
I'm
need your
sorry.
intelligence.
What am I rolling again?
Nope!
It is a free intelligence check. If you have proficiency with insight, I'll allow you to add your proficiency bonus to it.
Hey, that 2 becomes a 4.
Nice! Look at ya.
Am I rolling as well or not?
This is not information you have access to. I'll allow you to roll a history check, though, for free.
Neat.
The history check will be on the same DC.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is fantastic.
Shall we high five through the internet?
Man, I just
Yep.
need to start having you guys, like, spells with, Oh, okay, cool. So spells with history are with intelligence saves attached to them, and just boom. Parties
We'll
are
never
done
get
for.
anything done, ever.
Okay, so, the, Constance is going to, when he's talking about the bandits have, like, taken root inside of town, you are going to know there is a, just like traveling through this region and picking up on the history of the region, there's this huge bandit organization called the Crown that makes life in just north of this region absolute hell. They are really good friends with the Undying Empress and don't invade her territory. So the fact that there were bandits here was super strange. In addition to the bandits, you did hear some news that there are chantries of unity dotted throughout the Darken Vale, as because of the water goddess's mercy, Umiya showed mercy to the Terai people. Because of her, that's the only reason they still exist. So there are some Terai that worship her. And you're going to know that, speaking of bandits, one of those chantries of unity, somebody robbed one of the water goddess's temples here. And that's just gossip you've picked up.
Alright.
You can choose to share it, or not. It is up to you.
Sorry.
Hey.
Yeah, I had a big argument with another DM, but
Hey,
alright.
welcome back. Would you like me to
Yeah.
summarize everything that's happening? Oh,
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, guy.
So, I rolled the check for you. You got a 7, but since you weren't here, I'll allow you to roll it if you want. Or no, you didn't get a 7, you got a 12. You got a 13, but you have a -1 to your intelligence.
Intelligent? You know what?
Yeah.
I'll just keep 13.
Well, no, you got a 12. The DC was 13. You missed it, but I'm allowing you to re-roll it if you want. But I'm going to tell you everything that's happening, and you might be smart enough to put it back together, but you might not, because it was forever ago. Alright, so
Oh, he
Zevin,
knows.
in this situation, you guys are talking to Captain Velissa. She's the path captain of this fortress, a series of tunnels underneath the fortress to navigate through the desert without enemy forces or anybody like knowing where they're going. Very confusing sets of tunnels, but there are guides and everything of her order that, help the Darken Vale get through them. Her daughter was kidnapped, and she also serves as a semi-spy master with these networks of tunnels and, going between all of the Darken Vale's fortifications. Her daughter was kidnapped. Her daughter is one of the few Terai to ever be born with a soul. So while she's a vampire, while she has no soul, spontaneously and randomly her daughter was born with one. It is a 1 in a million chance. Her daughter was blessed by the Empress of the Darken Vale, Elizabeth. And for that, kind of makes her a semi-important person in this region. She revealed that her daughter was kidnapped from within a guarded part of the, or from right outside of a guarded part of the fortress, one of the most guarded parts of the fortress. Secretly, she didn't say this explicitly, but just kind of implied that there might be corruption in this city. That said, she said there are more factions in the city than most people can control, and her successor said that he's heard that a group of bandits have settled inside of the town, and bandits are very uncommon for this region because the largest organization of bandits have a very good relationship with the Undying Empress, and they don't invade the Darken Vale. So the fact that bandits have set up here has been very, very strange. On this commentary, Zevin is going to know, like, as you guys are exchanging, you guys met a very weird lady, very eager to get out of this city, named Chuskin, dressed in, who seemed like a member of the Chantry of Unity, or was dressed as a member of the Chantry of Unity, but was barely even religious, barely even knew anything about the, religion. If there was somebody that popped to mind that doesn't belong in this region, she would be the first one that pops into Zevin's mind.
So yeah, we have that lady with us, don't we? She's not with us currently. She's in the room.
Yeah, she's not with you. She's back at the inn. She's being guarded by Hunter and Ginel.
Guarded. That's the word.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go have a talk with her. I haven't her wanting to try and get out of the city once a lady disappeared. Do we have a physical description of the daughter who disappeared, right?
No, but she can give you one.
All right.
Savannah, I think her name is Softtooth was her last name. And she's got short white hair. Or no, I'm sorry. She has red hair. She's got short red hair. She is super duper young. Maybe 6 or 7 at most. And she has the fangs of a vampire, but she is not a Terai and doesn't have to feed. Even though she was born to one.
Shit.
And let's roll for that eye color.
Blue.
Gold.
Was close. Alright. Yeah, well, I didn't realize she was so young. Oh, that makes it. And there's been no ransom requests, right? Nothing.
Yeah, other exchanges that have happened in Zevin's presence. The people, Valissa said the party would be better off, rather than hunting whoever it is through the tunnels, of trying to set up an ambush and putting out someone as bait. And that the people who are disappearing are somewhat important figures. With the magistrate's right hand, or the Relistrate's right hand man going missing, and then Savannah going missing.
Alright, it's time for a little political bullshittery. I'm gonna have to roll a persuasion on this, but that's fine.
Oh, and Madara volunteered to be bait, and then everybody was just like, they don't really, like, there's nothing really, politically important about you that they'd want.
Well, I'm gonna change that, and I'm gonna try and do this politically for political advancement. Well, I would really hate to play someone else's bait. That really goes against my instincts to be to help people. But maybe if you made some kind of, I think Madara, what class is Madara again, sir?
She's a fighter.
All right. This is gonna be a hard sell then. No, I have a lot of magics to keep myself safe. And Madara, I don't doubt your competence, but I think that maybe I should be bait. But obviously, we need some way of getting me in the interest, or maybe just some political title that means nothing, like a new thing or something. And I don't know, envoy or something that they'd like to collect. I'm gonna do a persuasion to make it seem like this isn't just me trying to get a title.
All right, go for it.
I guess it wouldn't be performed. All right, that's okay. He's totally willing to be bait, by the way, but he is definitely doing this with the ulterior motive of wanting to advance. Mud doesn't know. Yeah, and I'm fine. I don't know how you feel about like characters rolling against other things, but I'm fine with you guys rolling against this too.
So,
understand.
All right. So asking for this title, the path captain is going to the path captain is going to laugh. Well, no, she's not gonna laugh.
Question her life decisions.
Yeah. The new path captain, Risalix, is going to he's going to be the one who chuckles and says, "How about dinner?"
Well, I wouldn't be opposed if you want to. And I'm flirt check. Can I flirt? Persuasion, seduce? I don't care.
No, but he is going to step forward and say, we can discuss what titles that I'm able to grant once the position's officially mine. Looking back to the path captain, and he's going to say, but that depends on your usefulness to me. This lady traveling with you. You mentioned her only briefly.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it traveling with you. I would say, yeah, we found her and she offered some information. But yeah.
And he's gonna nod and say, and she has information on this new forming cult, the Ilderon.
It's very convenient.
Mm-hmm. It is very convenient. He asked a question.
I don't guys think so?
Say that one more time for me?
He's just looking around the others.
Just like...
She claimed to have information on the cult and asked us to get her out of the city in exchange for the information.
And he is going to nod and say, I don't have the authority to decree or reward like the Relistrate does. My only job here is to guard the paths and schedule the guards are moving, the Agram guards moving through them. However, I'd like to talk to this lady, if possible. I can make you a Path Scout, but that's about the highest title I can give you in exchange.
Well, you know what? That'll probably be good enough to do it, right?
Well, it also
Belissa is going to say most Path Scouts die trying to learn how to navigate the tunnels.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'm a really good Path Scout. I mean,
Way to keep positive.
So, Path Scout is... Are there any Path Scouts out there who are particularly well known?
I'll roll you a percentage die. By that title, no. Most of the time, if they are, they're moved up to something greater. This is like a real entry-level position.
Alright.
Like, you ask, you just ask, like, hey, yes, hey, can I join this company? And they're like, yeah, unpaid intern. That's you just got a title.
Well, here's a thought. Instead of an official title, word is going around that you're going to be replacing the current Path Captain, yes?
He nods.
Well, I just happen to be a foreigner with exceptional skill in tracking. You might want to consider me.
I'm pretty sure my tracking skill is a lot better than yours.
We're doing this rumor-based. I'm not actually that good.
You have someone who's really good at it. He's not here.
Yeah. So at Madara's suggestion of just like at a fake title, he's going to say, I heard there's an Anthelane in town.
What is an Anthelane?
And the party has just, and this for you, Melissa, the party's just encountered information they don't know. At any time I do that to you guys, you can ask me, if you want to roll a history check, and I will allow you. But the party does not know.
Just about to ask that, Bren.
Yeah, I would like to. I am historic.
History check, DC 25. No, I'm kidding. I'll put it at... Well, yeah, I legitimately was going to put it at 17.
Well, just came in under the bar.
You gotta get that's all these checks as a bard.
That is so disconcerting.
So, out of the 3 factions vying for the Empress's favor and just the most political power inside of the Darkened Vale. The first being the Empress's court. Her servants that, are her personal agents and serve her in the capacity of, like, relistrates, which are the magistrates over towns. The people who are arbiters of her religion. And, her personal guards or servants. That's the Empress Court and her advisors in there. The Agram Guard, which are her specialized military force, like her more aggressive agents. They are raiders that, can overtake towns in, a few nights. Then the other faction that is heavy within the capital is a group of almost Illuminati mages named the Silver Sigil. They have a huge presence in the Darkened Vale. They move in the capital freely, but their agents work in the shadows of the rest of the country, all throughout it, and then the rest of the world, their agents are, planted in the shadows everywhere. Madara just being here and Zevin being here, like, Zevin studied the culture of the capital, and Madara's just kind of, like, picked this up on passing. And not sure what the title means, but an Anthelane is a really high-ranking member of the Silver Sigil. If one of them is in town, it's probably for something important. And he's gonna say, And he's going to say, perhaps we can say that it is you. Could spread enough whispers.
Is he talking to Zevon or something?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for being Bates. Wouldn't be the worst thing to be known as.
And someone of such a prestigious title walking through the desert with others as an bodyguard and entourage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Be...
So, Zevon and Madara. On that check, another piece of information you get is every member of the Silver Sigil is branded in some way. They have an identifying mark on them. It is magically concealed, but you can still see, like, it. You know they have a mark that their members can tell other members, like, have this mark.
So if they do have an actual member of the Silver Sigil with them, which might be a possibility if they've been able to, like, grow banditry, how would the Silver Sigil look at something like that? Like, if a member started encouraging banditry on their own, or there might just be a whole conspiracy, but how would that be viewed?
Normally that would be viewed pretty bad in the Silver Sigil. Their group's goal is the progression of knowledge relating to arcane magic. So they don't really have an interest in banditry, and especially like the Darkened Veil practice, like especially in New Lilland, they practice some pretty extreme forms of magic regarding the studies of necromancy and Rhycraft. Just like furthering that academic area of magic. So if you're doing something to hamper the Darkened Veil, you know, like one of their primary research areas, like they are definitely, like, that member would be exiled.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, yeah. I mean, I'm down. I could probably... And we don't know anything about this leadership.
The cult's leadership, or who the Anthelane is?
The cultist.
No, you guys don't. You know that they have the ability to get inside the paths.
Sorry, inside what?
The paths. The paths are the underground tunnels.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Well, I don't know if you can, and I don't know if we can completely discount them having a member of the Silver Shroud, but I think it might be worth it. I mean, we might even, so if they're cultists, they're not just like the normal dumb bandits. They might have somebody with some intelligence.
Yeah.
So I could do minor illusion and have just have a mark appear on me that would be like that. But if it's always hidden, bandits might be able to fall for that. Like, oh, that guy didn't hide his mark. Mm-hmm. But somebody intelligent would probably realize that.
Yeah. Do you say this out loud, or do you start talking about this?
Yeah. This is out loud speculation for everyone.
So he's going to draw for you, and he's going to say, if you want to recreate the mark, it looks, and he draws it, and if you spend any time in the capital, occasionally you'll see somebody with these. It looks like just 3 dots and a triangle. And he's going to say the magical properties of the rest of the tattoo. I'm not sure how they function, but when a member touches this, then the sigil appears on their skin. But otherwise, to any viewer, it just looks like this. And he's going to say a little ink, and you could... quill and ink, and you could stain one on your skin for a few days.
They wouldn't take offense to that?
And he's going going to shrug and say, if you lure the cold out of these shadows, they'll probably thank you for it.
Well, what do you guys think? Does anyone else have better idea? Adara, you might, if you wanted to be the one to do this, you could probably also.
Go ahead, Shelby. You were gonna say something.
I think that was Jackal.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a comment, but like, here.
I mean, Zevin has also noticeably become less enthused with the idea now that he realizes he's either not getting a title for it or getting a really low rank title. He's still willing to do it, but
I have to work my way up.
Yeah.
The problem with me doing it comparatively is the Silver Sigil are more common than not arcane casters. I have no magic capabilities.
No,
So it would be a harder sell for me.
That's a good point. Silver Sigil would have bards, right? Because that is our...
Yes, yeah, there'd be bards in there. The College of Lore is a thing, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my thought on the matter is, it wouldn't, if someone of such a high rank was in an area, them being escorted by an entourage of guards would not be not only unheard of, but uncommon. Yes?
You mean it would be common, right?
Yes, it would not be uncommon. So
right, sorry. Yeah, that would probably be pretty good. I think that's a good idea.
And Madra turns and places a hand onto Mud's shoulder. Someone as influential in the Silver Sigil being escorted by an Agram guard would also not be unheard of. Yes?
Mud's going to wipe the place you put your hand. And he is gonna say, we can do whatever. I can be whatever.
Oh, that's a good attitude to have, I suppose.
So, out of all of us, I would say you are the most prominent candidate for the deception.
Yes, I'm pretty good socially, which should probably help, and I do have a few spells that would probably be useful in escape. So, unless anyone else wants to volunteer, I am down with that. I can also be rather terrifying when needed, which might help a case. I think that would work, right? Let me see. Sorry, it's the Word of Terror thing. Yeah, so if somebody catches me... Oh, I have a question on this, actually.
Yes.
Well, I'll message it to you, but...
Okay.
So, the wording is, if you speak to a humanoid alone, does that mean that you're the only one speaking to them, or that you were, in a one-on-one conversation? Or that, with no one else present? Could somebody else be standing?
The only one speaking to them. You have to focus
right,
your magic on their mind.
Alright, got it. So that would be something I could do as well. That might, if I talk to someone enough and they freak out, that might be, Alright. Yeah, well, I'm down for that plan. That sounds like it could work out. We'd need to obviously spend a little time mongering. Is there a place the statue is normally at, or...
The Captain Velissa is going to shrug and say, "I've been to the capital several times. Some put it on their face, some hide it on their hips, some hide it on their chests."
Face probably isn't gonna work.
Tramp stamp! Tramp stamp!
I'm actually thinking something similar. Just face,
Magical tramp stamp.
face probably wouldn't work because I've already been seen with my face in public. And it's not that likely, but if somebody actually looked into that, they'd be able to see he just got that recently. So my arms would probably already... So I wouldn't be able to wear what I'm currently wearing, basically, because everything that can be seen is
Well,
seen.
you need a coat? I've got some spare coats.
Well, no, what I'm thinking of is getting something like that reveals midriff belly kind of thing and just having it there.
Oh, you're going to have the front tramp stamp. Got it.
Yeah, front tread stamp, basically. I mean, that probably wouldn't be too uncommon in the desert, right?
No, actually, that'd be pretty common.
But remember, they keep them hidden, so you having it in a place that you don't normally show, like
Maybe
your
your
stomach
chest,
and
like where it's
on a
covered.
chest, or would be more of a likely,
Or maybe go lower.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
like thigh or something too.
Like maybe right over it. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So,
Just
something
walk around naked. You'll get it.
that'll get your attention. So yeah, I think something,
It'll get someone's attention.
I think something like that would be good. So I'd need to get some new... Would I be able to just, get leather armor, the same that I sort of already have, except it reveals, maybe just new pants or something?
Yeah, or you can carve out a piece of your armor now and just repair it later.
With my armor. This is like a gold worth of armor. That's expensive. Yeah, I think that's probably good. We'll have to spend a few days, which is not ideal, getting the rumors spread. And would you be able to provide a budget for this?
Let's just ask him to get paid while we're at it.
That's
Can you pay up
Technically,
front?
we're already getting paid, aren't we? Because this is
No, we're collecting a bounty. We're collecting a bounty.
Yeah,
I specifically want more gold than what they're offering.
You get paid
Good
if you get paid when you come back with cultists.
But no, this is a different thing. This is for a bounty. I'm
It's
gonna get
hunting
paid
the
for
same
this.
cultists who kidnapped the people listed.
I
earlier.
don't care.
So, I think Zevin's gonna try and negotiate a little bit. That he's like, well, if I do this, I'm gonna have to be seen in some public place. This is also gonna be... He's gonna be, half serious about this. He wants it to happen, but he's not gonna be insulted if he doesn't. But I'm gonna have to be seen in some pretty public places, and that can be expensive, and I'm a bit low on coin, so maybe just a budget to make public appearances, maybe at the bar or pub or something. Do a persuasion. He's asking for drinking money.
You can roll a persuasion check on it. And he, as you're saying this, and this, the new
Fucking
path
bards.
captain is going to be waving his hand and just be like, look, you can drink on my tab over at the Jackie, but other than that, don't worry, I'll get the word out.
Alright, God.
I think that's as good as we're getting.
Hey, I'm down. Free drinks, man. I don't think I made Zevin a non-drinker, did I? I don't think so, no. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So that's
what's
fine.
the new captain's name?
Risalix, I'm making his character sheet now.
God damn, you're new in your names. Rixalex.
He looks towards you.
Did you want to come back to the Jackie with us and speak with our guest?
And he is going to shake his head and say, no, I have to get familiar with my position here and my scouts. And I'll have them start spreading the word through the town.
So you want us to interrogate her?
Want you to interrogate who?
The lady that was trying to leave, Callie.
Yeah, and he's gonna say, before you escort her wherever you're going, just simply bring her to me.
Can
I think that can be arranged.
I got a better idea. Do you mind if we send somebody to fetch the rest of our group, including her, to here? You can talk to her right away.
And he is going to gesture to Captain Valissa, and she's going to nod and say, I was just finishing up. And he's going to nod and say, I have the time.
We don't want to. Go ahead, Brandon, sorry.
Oh, he nods and says, I have the time. Does the party want to retrieve the rest of their party members?
Yeah, but I just I want to actually send somebody. I don't want to actually go myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
How long would that take?
Fort Dalewatch is not very massive. Most of the important parts of the fortress are underneath the sands.
Gotcha.
So, it wouldn't take longer than maybe 10 or 12 minutes.
Alright, this is a big trade town, correct?
Yes, relatively.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of shopping after this, but it's fine.
Alright, so the rest of the party, what's Hunter doing with Ganil and Choaskin?
Hunter is going to be asking her a couple more questions of just like locations, essentials, basically.
All right. The whole time, you're eating your breakfast in the Laughing Jackie. And here we go. We need to go with a tavern sound. Nope. There we go. There we go. Alright, so the whole time you're eating in this tavern, and let's get one more going.
Ah, shit.
Alright, there we go. I like that. That's better. Anyways, the whole time you're eating in this tavern, you are, Ganil is sitting at the table with you, with this great big smile on her face. Looking over at Choaskin every couple moments. What would Hunter be asking her?
So, where... I had something planned and I'm just... I've completely lost my train of thought.
Oh yeah, Choskin's also missing fingers.
Missing what?
Long story short, how do you know this? I'm not going to replay it. I don't remember what I was going to say.
How do you know... how do you know the... how do
you know what you know?
Yeah. She's going to say, I work for the Relustrate's assistant, the one who went missing. I was his bookkeeper. When he went missing, and they attacked him, I could only assume, if he didn't have whatever they were looking for, that they'd be after me next.
Alright. I want to roll an insight, by the way, just,
You can.
I still believe she's full of... Lots of tabs were open.
Oh, 21 on the insight. I mean, definitely, like, not lying to you.
But not the whole truth.
Well, it's interesting because you know, you ask her how does she know, you know, what she knows about the cultists, and then you know she answers and tells you, well, this is why I know this about the cultists, and then it brings up the question, well, why do you know that they're looking for something? And you know, just kind of like that string of like, wait, okay, so how do you know that? But yes,
Okay,
definitely
so-
a half truth.
You just have to say
Am I
something.
with? No, it's like, am I with anyone right now? Is there anyone else with me?
You are with Ganil. She is looking very uncomfortable at this situation, but she's got that great big smile on her face of just like, this is wonderful. This is great. We're all friends eating breakfast, right?
No. We're not friends. I don't like any of you. It's like, so what were your plans once we left this city? Where you go? Where did you want us to go?
And we're going to be looking for an ending in the next 30 minutes. Just like 10:30. She's going to say, ideally, back to Darken Port. There I can catch a boat across the sea. I hear people are starting to settle Lothrone again. Maybe I'll go to Lothrone and live quietly in the countryside for the rest of my life, but anything's better than the Vale right now. Especially with the Sands rallying against Olivia. Ah, God, I don't want to... Or, by the gods, I don't want to be here when that war breaks out.
Alright, your mic is giving out, by the way.
Oh, can you hear me? It's not giving out, I'm not speaking into it.
Someone's got, like, static going on.
Anthony, I'm gonna turn you down a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you.
Sorry.
But, yeah, did you catch all of that, or do you need me to repeat any of it?
Yeah, no, I caught all of it. Just... I'm just going to silently ponder this. And wait for the DM to bring in something so we can talk about it.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to know, because this whole conversation at
I
Fort
don't have
Fairwatch,
anything, Brandon.
has taken about, like, 40 minutes, so I was just, like, you had time. So after you guys finish your breakfast, and I'm wondering how intimidated Ginil is. And,
Do you want me to, like, roll an intimidation as well?
No, she's not intimidated by you. And
She should be.
no, you're wonderful.
I'm Batman!
And so after like finishing your breakfast, and as you guys are like, well, what comes next? You know, in a member of the Empress's court of one of like the Relistrate servants is going to come into the Laughing Jackie and kind of like interrupt the final moments of your breakfast and say, oh my god, I forgot Mud's real name.
You can just call him Mud, that's what we do.
Yeah, but this guy would actually
Mud.
refer to him as his proper title.
Mud-hugging Clank.
Yeah, Mud-hugging Clank. No, you had an XJ unit, but I forgot what it was. I'll have to, because I don't have that in my personal notes. But yeah, and this guard's going to say,
It's XEL8.
oh, XEL8? Okay, yeah. And he's going to say, Guard XE has requested your presence at Fort Dalewatch. They're talking to the Path Captain. You and your companions before you go and hunt the colt. I can lead you there.
Alright.
Ganel jumps up and says, great, let's go! More people and witnesses!
I'm going to, like, put a hand on top of her head, is like, quiet. And just moodily and edgily walk out.
Chuskin's going to say, I'll be waiting here for you when you return. The servant's going to add in all of your companions, looking to Chuskin. Chuskin stands, and she is going to shoot a look towards Ganil, who only her uncomfortable smile just grows a little larger, and is going to make her way to Fort Dale Watch. Few minutes later, at Fort Dale Watch, the party is reunited. Did anybody want to say anything else to Captain Valissa before she left?
So I don't know what it would be, but I would give like the formal. I'm basically trying to say what I can to get on her good.
On her good side. Pretty much the formal goodbyes, has been, the Empress's will be done.
Yeah, that would be it then.
All right, and she'll return it to you, and actually, I'll roll her a percentage die. Yeah,
loves me, fallen in love with me,
and she'll return it to you, and say the Empress's will be done.
Let's gonna say we'll find your daughter, ma'am.
Don't worry, we'll find her in good health, I'm sure.
So
Mud didn't say that, but Mud said
I'm
we'll
adding
find
that
her
on.
So like as you say that, you're gonna see her just kind of like nod at that statement before walking out, seeming like there are more important things on her mind, which is like a pretty weird energy for a mother of a child like Savannah.
No, that is actually. Can I do an insight on that? Like, she. Sure,
you can.
Yeah, I don't know if this is something I missed, but like, it does seem like her daughter would be.
She was hiding something from the party earlier that everybody picked up on, but they weren't sure what. At that, I mean, it is definitely weird that she doesn't have a large display of emotions, especially considering like how rare Savannah's birth would be.
She just dead inside and outside.
You're gonna sense rather than sadness, more so disappointment. But that's about the most you can pick up on.
Are we all allowed to roll that insight, Brandon, or no?
Yeah, anybody can roll it who wants to understand what that look meant.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna do a percentage to see how I react. Alright, I'm fine with it, I guess. It's just Zevin has a complicated childhood, so
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Actually, so she rolled a 16 against you guys. So Constance and Madara are going to pick up on it. Beyond disappointment, almost apathy, like she doesn't care about Savannah anymore. What could spawn that? You guys have a very brief idea. Every few years, like the Empress grooms a heiress in case anything was to ever happen to her.
No.
if if anything, maybe disappointment that Savannah didn't get picked or something, or like after that, like not caring about her or anything. That'd be about the most you guys can pick up on that look of just like, oh, she doesn't really care about her child.
Oof.
Is it? And is who the heiress is public?
Yes.
Do we know who the current heiress is?
That
It's a little Terra girl named Jessica.
that would yeah, that information wouldn't have started circulating out to here yet. Cause that just happened a few days ago in game time.
But we know it's not her.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
a week
Savannah.
ago at this point, wasn't it?
Yes, it was about a week ago. Just about a week ago.
Alright, well that I mean kinda makes her a bitch, but I guess it makes Well, yeah, Zevin didn't pick up on that much, so we won't really make a big deal of it. I guess we can't really just say that right in front of her.
So wait, are we shooting her or are we just capturing her?
The child? Just like your mother doesn't care.
No.
I'm sorry. Alright, so, anyways, Captain Valissa leaves. A few moments later, your party is reunited. Chuskin is in the room with you. She is, dressed in her robes from the Chantry of Unity. Of course, she has those missing fingers. And still with you is the new Path Captain, Rissalix. You are all brought into the room. Ganil is going to say, hey, it's my party members that I love and care about me so much and my presence, and would know if I went missing.
I would actually, I wouldn't put love in there. We sort of just met you. Maybe hold some attachments. That's probably better, isn't it? I look around to see if others...
Sorry, my Discord just cut out, so I didn't hear anything that was just said.
As you guys step into the room and the party is reunited, Ganil's the first one to speak up. She yells, hey, it's my party members who love and adore me and would be concerned if I went missing.
And I told her how it is, man. You know what? Can't always get that attached that easy.
You seem worried about something, child. Is everything okay?
She makes a deception check.
I beat her deception with my +3 in insight.
Give me a second.
Yeah, when you tell us when you roll it, and I will roll my insight on her.
Man, being a bard is so nice with skill.
This is, well, see, she did good. It's not her, dump stat. She's, going, yeah. And she's gonna say, I'm wonderful. It's another, day of life that the goddess, Umiya has, granted me.
You mispronounced that.
And looking over at, or rather, as you guys are, like, inspecting her, Zevin specifically, is going to notice her glance keeps, glancing towards, Chuskin, who is kind of, like, looking at her, just like, tone it down, tone it down.
Sorry, was Chuskin the one that they're looking for? Am I interrogating the other PC?
Yeah, so here's
go
the situation you guys have. Ganil is the player.
Oh,
she's the one who was with Hunter, who wanted to help him with these cultists.
Got it.
Chuskin is the one. Chuskin is the one who is the person who wants to leave town that said she'd hired the party to protect her. The last scene that we left the last session off on, Chuskin, Ganil walked in on Chuskin, who was reading from some weird magical book, and caught her by surprise. The party sent Ganil into the room to keep an eye on Chuskin because they didn't trust her. Nobody knows what happened between Ganil and Chuskin last night, but Ganil woke up incredibly friendly and uncomfortable and has been claiming things all day of just like, oh great, it's witnesses! I love witnesses! All these people around watching are my favorite people who won't...
Detect magic on her?
So, if you're not casting it subtly, everybody's going to know you're casting that spell.
Oh,
but
never mind. I don't have detect magic. I'm sorry. I thought I took that, but
yeah, but you beat her insight check. Everything is not fine. Something's very wrong between her and Chuskin.
All right. There's a few ways I could push this. So you had another wizard, right? I think that was Ganil, though.
You do. He disappeared in the night.
God damn it! You killed him.
I did.
You're a murderer. No. All right, then I don't have detect magic, which is I'm actually gonna have to probably pick up if we're. Bards learn spells like wizards do, right?
No, bards are spontaneous casters. They learn 2 spells per level, I believe, or 1 spell per level.
That's not good. All right. That was homebrew. I remember that. All right, I'm gonna need to grab detect magic. Then,
you can cast it from a wand or from a spell scroll if you get either.
All right. Yeah, that's bad. I thought we did some of this. Well, I'm just gonna have to do socially. Huh? Ganil, you and Chuskin are rather close now.
And she's gonna say, what, my best friend Chuskin, who's so trustworthy in the world? Yeah!
I see what happened here. You had a bit of fun last night, didn't you? I'm basically pushing her to the point where her social awkwardity forces her to it.
Yeah, she's at that. She's going to kind of turn red and go. She's gonna look back at Chuskin and then to the party and say, "Yeah, fun last night."
Madra's gonna slip behind them. Not because she knows that something weird's going on there, but more the fact that this is about to turn into an interrogation of Chuskin, and doesn't want to give her an escape route.
So, the room wasn't soundproofed, and I actually was right next door. I heard a bit of what you said there. But you might as well just come clean. We heard it all.
Roll me a deception check.
Yeah, this is not the way to push this, but that's fine. Fuck! Man. At least she probably doesn't have good insight.
Friday night rolls, Friday.
Chuskin is going to speak up and say, "I'm sorry, I'm just such a generous lover. Next time I'll have to be more contained."
Chuskin! What kind of... You're under arrest. That's not legal.
It's perfectly legal here.
She is
just give an intimidating glare from the back?
Yeah, you can stare at the back of her head.
Back of the head. I'm pissed.
I mean, you guys offered to protect Ganil. She doesn't, or not Ganil, Chuskin. She doesn't feel intimidated by you guys.
Ganil?
Ganil is, I think she's 20.
10-20, by the way. Just
okay. She looks, Ganil looks, to be, like, of age, of a good young adult.
Nope, she's underage.
Mm-hmm.
Zevon has decided this, and whether it's true or not, he's going to push it. Oh no, she's underage. You're. That's terrible. We can't protect you if you do that.
Why don't we step away from people's personal matters in that aspect and get to the real conversation? Yes?
Alright, yeah, I guess we should. So, Chuskin, why did you lie to us?
And Chuskin's gonna say, I've told you no lie.
You haven't exactly told the truth, though.
And she's gonna look at Hunter and say, I haven't told you all the truth. I've told you what's relevant.
See, you don't get to decide.
Too many inconsistencies, though. How do you know what they want? How do you know where they're going? How, and it always leads back to you.
Yes, if we're going to trust each other, we can't really do this half-truth. Because I know some of my compatriots here, and I nod to Hunter, are rather violent, I nod to Hunter. And they will, I nod to Hunter, kill you, I nod to Hunter, if you lie to them. And I don't want that to happen.
Slowly start reaching for the knife.
So,
one of you roll me an intimidation check with help.
I feel it should be me.
Can I assist?
Yeah. He has an advantage.
Alright. Watch as it's 2 ones.
Alright.
Damn near
6 and 4. Just like, you're nodding to Hunter, and Hunter's, he's got his hand on his dagger, and he's like excited at this.
I'm just gonna sigh.
I was rolling so well
And
until now we're trying to get something.
Yeah, and she's going to say, do you need to see a physician? I know a good one for that.
Alright, Zevon's gonna sigh and just say, alright, look, Cupcake, you tell us what we know and we don't.
Can I shoot her foot now?
Oh.
Shoot her foot. Hey, we need to go to different music too. Yeah, by the way. And yeah, she's gonna say, it all started, alright, there we go, we'll go with this. And she's going to say, it all started when I was a, little girl in Low Lakes. See, I wanted to wear a purple dress, but purple dyes weren't.
I'm going to start intimidating.
Too far back. Too far back.
So I'm going to. I need to get a 3rd level spell. I can just Can I? Is there like a function where I can just like? Does it have to be a spell I use to transform a 3rd level spell, or could I just like do something like spend a 3rd level spell slot and just invoke the magic into performing a transformation?
You could, but before you do that, like, as everybody's like crowding around Chuskin, and Chuskin's like, I've done nothing wrong. Like, I have no evidence on. Like, come on, like, guys, back up. Ganil is going to shout out, she stole a book from the Chantry of Unity, and she threatened to kill me last night. And it's really magical.
You got out there, but what was it?
He stole a book from that, and it cut off right there. It was so perfect.
Ganil said she stole a book from the Chantry of Unity, and it's really magical, and she threatened to kill me. And I feel like that's I phrased it a little bit different, but that was the entirety of the statement.
All right.
Hearing that, Madra's gonna instantly go for a grapple.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a spell slot, and with that,
So,
I'm
wait,
imagining
who are we aiming at?
Chuskin. But
Alright.
we're not killing her, we're
I'm aiming for the knee.
Yeah.
There's my roll, Brandon, what happens?
Crossbow bolt to this lady's knee. Alright. I mean...
Like, literally, I just whip it out and...
Alright, so, yeah. Roll me that grapple check. roll me the damage on that crossbow. As that comes out, she's going to look towards Ganil, of just like, you know, of like this look of betrayal, and then this crossbow bolt lands in her leg. As the crossbow shoots into her knee, Madara's, you know, her hands come down and just, you know, this lady drops to the ground, clutching her leg, just.
Shoot the other one. Shoot the other one.
We're gonna actually end right there, and I'm going to roll a percentage die on this book. The book is going to fall out of her robes, clunking to the ground, the one she was reading last night. The cover of it is glowing blue with a sigil on it. And we will pick up there next session.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for having to drop out halfway through, guys.
Oh, no, that's fine.
It happens.
I was so late tonight, you don't have to apologize. I will never do this to you guys again. It was a rare situation that I had to be out on a Friday night.
So what Brandon is saying, it's all his fault.
Yeah, I take responsibility for tonight. Because every single person in my life knows, like, if you look at my phone, I didn't even silence it tonight. I have 0 notifications. Everybody knows I plan my life around D&D on Friday night. And my boss was like apologizing to me, like, just like, I'm so sorry I have to have you out. Like, I know you do. And it's just like, So.
By the way, I'd just like to say, everything got solved the moment I put a crossbow bolt in her knee.
Well, I wouldn't say solved, but
it's absolutely solved.
All right.
You don't hire a saint to catch a sinner.
Yeah, Jekyll, we have to have a talk about you whipping it out, you know.
Not only did I whip it out and fire, I already have another crossbow bolt ready. I have the crossbow bolt expertise. I don't even need to take a full turn to reload.
I'll see you guys next week.
Well, I'm gonna do experience and then schedule your guys' next session real quick. Experience for tonight. You guys got more information about Savannah. You got information. There are lots of factions inside of Fort Dalewatch. I plan for you guys to be here for about 4 to 5 sessions, just around this region.
We leave next session.
Yeah, exactly.
Just run out.
You mean the next 10 sessions? Because you've been saying, like, on Group C, that we are going to be leaving the next session, and then we do something, and that doesn't happen.
I try and tell you guys my expectations, so you know the scope of the story that I'm planning for you guys, and you can choose to engage in it or not.
Or we can choose to disappoint you yet again.
Yeah, that said, I was planning for this group to be about 50-50 of, like, roleplay one session, combat the next, roleplay one, combat the next. So, we'll see how that ends up going, though. But yeah, 3 events for tonight. You guys are level 3?
4.
Oh, 4? Okay. I don't have an experience threshold set for 4 in my mind. So I'm gonna say
experience last week?
I think so. It's at the end of the video. I try and do experience in the session as the last thing. I'm gonna say 300 experience for tonight. I'll just give 100 for each of those, and if I need to reward more, I will. And I'm gonna give inspiration to Mud and Zevin for tonight.
Don't take it. I already have it.
Well, too bad.
I need to remember to use that.
What is your guys' experience? Because I don't think I caught it last week.
3,000 was what we got.
We started at 2,700. I have 3,050. I got extra last session, so it's 3,000 normal.
Yeah.
Alright, so we must have gotten 300 last session, so we should be at 33 tonight.
Yeah. And then your next...
I actually have to go right now, because, like...
Okay, and the next session is going to be on the 30th for everybody. Can everyone make that? And we'll take next week off because of Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tonight. I would like to do an extra long session if we can on the 30th, but we'll see as that comes. Just because, like, you know, tonight was delayed and then we had to skip last week, but yeah. Anyways,
he owes us 2 sessions.